Imagine this. You're dating a guy that you like. The conversation is flowing, the chemistry is electric, and you can tell he's really into you. But then, suddenly, he starts pulling away. He gets distant and seems uninterested in anything you have to say. It feels like he's losing interest in you right before your very eyes. That's a terrible feeling, and it's one that many women have experienced at one point or another. But why does it happen? Why do men pull away when things seem to be going so well? Often, it has less to do with you as a person and more to do with the way you're behaving. It turns out that there are 11 behaviors that some women do that scare men off. And the behaviors at the end of the video will shock you. So if you want to keep the men in your life interested and avoid having them pull away, give this video your full attention. If you are new here, subscribe for more social psychology videos and leave a comment below saying I subscribed. I will try my best to reply to as many comments as possible. Let's start. Number 11. Making him feel pressured. For most men, there's nothing worse than feeling like you're being cornered into a relationship. When you start seeing someone and things are going well, it's only natural to want to take things to the next level. But sometimes in our rush to move forward, we can inadvertently scare the other person away. One of the behaviors that can make a man feel pressured is if you try to define the relationship too soon. Whether you're asking where things are going or what he's looking for, these types of questions can make a man feel like he's under a microscope. If you're both on the same page and want the same thing, there's no need to put pressure on him. Just relax and let things progress naturally. Trying to force a relationship will only backfire in the end. Number 10. Being needy or clingy. When a man feels smothered or trapped by a woman's neediness, it can trigger his instinct to pull away and create distance. This can happen even if he's genuinely interested in her and enjoys spending time with her. A man might start pulling away if a woman tries to control him or is always demanding his attention. He may also feel overwhelmed if she constantly checks in on him or tries to keep track of his every move. Neediness can also manifest itself as clinginess, which is when a woman is always clingy and dependent on a man for approval or validation. This type of behavior can be extremely off-putting to a man and make him feel like he's being suffocated. If you want to keep a man interested, it's important to maintain your independence and allow him the space to breathe. Number 9. Being too easy. Do you give him everything he wants without making him work for it? Do you always agree with him and never challenge him? If so, then you may be coming across as too easy. While it's great to be accommodating and agreeable, you don't want to do it at the expense of your own needs and desires. A man may start to lose interest if he feels like he can't win you over or that you're always going to say yes to whatever he wants. It's important to stand your ground and make sure that your needs are being met in the relationship. Otherwise, it will eventually fizzle out. Number 8. Being negative all the time. This one should be a no-brainer. No one wants to be around someone who's negative all the time. Do not get this wrong. It's perfectly normal to have down days and to not be happy 24/7. However, if you're constantly complaining, moaning, and being negative, it's going to start taking a toll on your relationship. No man wants to be with a woman who is always unhappy and brings him down. They would much rather be with someone who makes them feel good. So if you want to keep a man interested, make an effort to focus on the positive and find ways to be happy. Number 7. Not being grateful for what he does for you. Imagine this, you go out of your way to do something nice for someone and they don't even bother to say thank you. Wouldn't that make you feel underappreciated? Well, the same goes for men. They want to feel appreciated for the things they do, no matter how big or small they may be. For example, if he buys you flowers or does something special for you, make sure to let him know how much you appreciate it. If you don't, he may start to feel like his efforts are going unnoticed and that you're taking him for granted. No man wants to be with a woman who doesn't show appreciation for the things he does. So make sure to express your gratitude if you want to keep him interested. Number 6. Making everything about yourself. One of the main reasons why relationships don't work out is that one person makes everything about themselves. It's human nature to be self-centered, but in a relationship, it's important to think about the other person's needs and wants as well. When you're always focused on yourself, it comes off as selfish and oblivious to what your man might be going through. This behavior will eventually scare a man off and make him pull away. Instead of making everything about yourself, try to focus on giving your guy the attention and support he needs. If you can do this, then you'll have a much better chance at having a successful relationship. Number 5. Acting too jealous or possessive. When you start to develop feelings for someone, it's only natural to feel a little jealous or possessive of their time and attention. However, if you act on these feelings by trying to control your partner or checking up on them all the time, it's going to come across as needy and insecure. Too much jealousy often stems from a place of low self-esteem. If you don't feel good about yourself, you're going to be more likely to act too jealous and possessive in a relationship. This behavior will eventually scare a man away because you'll feel suffocated and trapped. Number 4. Neglecting his needs. We have made a whole video about the 8 emotional needs that every man has. If you haven't seen it, make sure to check it out. In a nutshell, men have needs just like women do. They need love, attention, respect, and more. However, many women tend to neglect these needs or are unaware of them altogether. As a result, their man starts to feel unfulfilled and unhappy in the relationship. This can eventually lead to him pulling away or even breaking up with her. So if you want to keep your man interested, make sure you're meeting his emotional needs. Only then would he be truly happy in the relationship. Number 3. Not giving him enough space. What does it mean to give him enough space? How much is too much? And how do you know if you're crossing the line? Giving your man space simply means giving him the time and freedom to do his own thing. It's important to remember that he is an individual with his own needs and wants. Just because you're in a relationship or want to be in a relationship doesn't mean that you have to spend every waking moment together. In fact, it's healthy to have some time apart so you can miss each other and appreciate each other more when you're together. That being said, there is such a thing as giving him too much space. If you're constantly giving him the cold shoulder or acting distant, he's going to start to feel like you're not interested in him anymore. He may even start to think that you're seeing someone else. This can obviously cause a lot of problems in the relationship. So if you want to keep your man happy, make sure you strike a balance between giving him space and being too distant. Find a middle ground that works for both of you and stick to it. Number 2. Not knowing what you want. One of the behaviors that scares men off is not knowing what you want. If you're constantly changing your mind about what you want or you're undecided about your future, it can be a turnoff for men. For example, if you're always saying that you don't want to get married or have kids, but then you keep changing your mind, it's going to make him second guess the relationship. He's going to wonder if you're ever going to be on the same page as him. It's important to be honest with yourself and with your partner about what you want in life. If you're not sure, that's okay. Just don't lead him on or give him false hope. Number 1. Giving him too much energy and attention. This behavior is a deal breaker for most men, and if you understand the psychology behind it, it makes perfect sense. In fact, if you reverse this behavior, you can make them chase you instead. You might think that by giving him all of your attention, you're showing him how much you care. But in reality, you're just pushing him away. Here's why. Men are biologically wired to crave a challenge. They want to feel like they have to work for your attention and affection. If you're always available and always give them what they want without making them work for it, they're going to get bored. They'll start to think that the relationship is too easy, and they'll pull away in search of a more challenging one. I know, most men out there may not like the fact that we are sharing this information, but the fact is, this is how men are wired. It's not their fault. It's just biology and psychology. And there's a whole science behind it that you can check out by clicking the first link in the description down below. Just keep in mind to never use the information that you are going to learn to take advantage of men or to use it in a manipulative way. Learn and apply it with love, care, and respect for yourself and the man that you want in your life. Now, you are ready to take the next step. The recommended video that you see on the screen right now will show you why you should never be too attracted to someone and what to do instead. Make sure to watch it now. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.